Good morning. It is Thursday, May 17th, and I'm going to do a day in the life today. So here I am sitting in my comfy chair in my office right now, and I'm about to do my devotions. I did not prepare for this. I'm going to use my Write the Word journal. I don't use these every day, but I like using these, and so I'm going to use my Write the Word journal and write out some scripture and some prayers, and then I'm going to have some coffee. It is about 7:45 now, so I've done my devotions, I've sat and had coffee with my husband, I've checked in on social media, and now it is workout time. And Thursdays are an active recovery day for me, so I'm going to go for a short walk, and then I'm going to do some yoga before I get started working. So it's about 8:35 now. I'm done working out, and I didn't get too sweaty, but I'm going to take a quick shower and get dressed and ready. I usually try to be working by about 9. I have some work for my full-time job I have to do this morning, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But I'm going to take a shower and plan my day, and I'll show you that as well. And also, too, if you watch my plan with me, one of my goals for this week is to get my very messy car cleaned out. So before I take a shower, I'm going to carry in 3 things from my car. I'm just trying to make a little bit of progress a few times a day and really my car is a real mess, and this is really breaking it down for me. So I'm going to take a few things out of my car first, shower, and then I'll plan my day with you. Now it's time to come fill in my day in my planner. So let's see, I can check off that I already did yoga. I'm pretty happy with the to-dos that are already here. I don't think there's anything that I need to add. So I need to make the mystery kit live in just a few minutes. So to start off with, I've got some stuff for my full-time job I need to do, and I'm going to start off by doing 1 Pomodoro of writing. And then these other things are less focused kind of work, so I can do those while I print and cut in the background. So I put the to-dos down, especially these ones for my full-time job. I'm kind of estimating how long I think that they're going to take. But then at the same time, I'm also going to be, I'll be printing and cutting on the F mark. So I can kind of just have that in the background and troubleshoot if needed. And I feel like I'm always looking for my ruler. I have no idea where it is, but I'm pretty much going to be printing and cutting all day. So I'm just gonna, because I'm working on, I got my inventory taken, I'm now ready to ship, but I do have some things that are out of stock, so I want to work on getting that stuff restocked. So I'll kind of be printing and cutting in the background most of the day. I'll do some more active cutting in the afternoon, which I'll show you. And then let's see what else I'm gonna need to, so that's those things. Stock is all of that. Designing, I will probably design later in the day. Hopefully I'll be able to start earlier, but I can definitely do it a little bit later. Then listing updates, that'll happen kind of in between things. That's pretty small. And then organizing stickers, I do need to work on that. I'll probably do that later in the day as well, because Catherine will be doing some of that for me. And obviously sometimes this changes, but it helps me a lot to map my time, my tasks to time. So this is kind of the general plan, and I can already go ahead and check off 2 of those things. So there we go. That's my plan for the day. And then as soon as I finished recording that, it was 9 o'clock, so it was time to make the mystery kit live. So I published it, and then I'm just, there we go. And then just checking to make sure that it is live on both sites, which it is, so that is good. All right, so now it's time to do a little bit of writing, and I'm going to do 1 Pomodoro of writing. I'm going to keep it pretty simple today, the summer schedule, and this is a project that I just need to make some progress on, and that's all that matters. So for those of you who don't know, the Pomodoro technique involves setting a timer and working for the duration, and usually you do multiple back-to-back. So the most common is 25 on, 5-minute break, and then you keep going, and then after 4 you take a longer break. And I use this to work a lot, but sometimes today I just need to set a timer for 25 minutes, write for 25 minutes, and let that be it. I want to share too, I'll make a whole other video about this sometime, but I use programs to block the internet while I'm writing or doing other focused tasks, and that's a huge thing for me to stay focused doing my day job. So I'm going to turn on Freedom on my laptop, which will block internet, and so I can just focus on writing and do nothing else. And I use an app called Forest on my phone to keep me from going and doing other things. So those things plus the Pomodoro keep me really focused and help me buckle down and work. And I feel like some people might see it as like a sign of weakness that you have to use these things, but I see it as like the internet is trying to get our eyeballs. It wants to distract us. People want to advertise to us and get us to spend time online. And so to the extent that I can do things to circumvent that, I will. And it doesn't mean that I'm weak to use these things. It means that I am, recognizing where I am weak and using things to compensate for that. So those are some of my strategies that I use. So I'm going to write for 25 minutes and then go from there. All right, so I finished writing and I made breakfast. I've got a fried egg on some toast and a whole bunch of berries. So what I'm going to do now is kind of some multitasking, which usually I'm not a huge fan of multitasking because I know that you aren't nearly as productive, but it makes the most sense I think right now because I'll be cutting on the F mark, so it'll be automatically doing that and doing some printing and then some kind of admin work for my full-time job that I need to get done. So yeah, so again, with the goal of trying to get all this stuff that's out of stock restocked. It's a little frustrating because frustrating is not the right word, but there's maybe like 100+ items that are sold out right now. For the most part though, they're not things that sell super well. Like I could probably leave them sold out for a month and no one would care. But the problem is now when I sort my inventory to see what's low stock, like all that stuff with a 0, I have to scroll through first. And so I really need to get it stocked just so that I can start to see the stuff that really matters when the inventory is low. So I want to try to get that stuff stocked as fast as possible. But again, a lot of that, I need to make like 2 to 5 of them. I don't need to make a lot because a lot of this stuff isn't going to really matter to have a lot of stock of. So probably for a lot of this, honestly, I'm going to print it to cut on the silhouette, and I'll cut stuff on the silhouette this afternoon because again, I don't need to make very many, and the F mark is really good for making a lot of things. And I'm going to be taking the silhouettes down soon, so I'm not going to be using them long term, but again, for now, it probably makes the most sense for these things that I just want to get a lot of SKUs restocked, but not very many items. So printing, cutting, and doing some work. Here's the stack of stickers for the silhouette, and some of these that are down here are ones that were just printed a while ago and then weren't a priority to cut. We had a big pile to work through. So I want to get all the ones with silhouette registration marks printed so we can move to the F mark. I'll still do custom orders on the silhouette, so I think I'm going to leave 2 up to do custom orders. But then also too, as I'm working on restocking, there are a lot of things that I don't need a ton of, and I just need to make a few, get in stock, and I'm not going to have to restock them again. So it's faster to just do those on the silhouette to get initially restocked, and then on the F mark I'm cutting things that I'm going to sell a lot of. So like here are Moxie Life weekly reflection questions. This is something I sell a lot of, so I'm making a ton, so it's just churning through doing a lot of these. So yeah, so I'm going to have lunch and design and then get to cutting these on the silhouette and see how far I can get. Yesterday I was feeling a little overwhelmed by how much I had to restock, but I'm feeling a lot better about it now, especially because there's a lot of things where I'm able to like get 2 different designs in one sheet, so I'll be restocking 2 things at once with this. There were a lot of things that I already had cut but were just in the pile of stickers from the F mark that I needed to sort through. This is one of my favorite lunches, very random, lunch of champions here. I have popcorn and a smoothie, and I really like drinking smoothies, but I need something a little solid to fill me up too, and popcorn does the trick. So there we go. It is also like the noisiest lunch to make ever because I have both the blender and the stovetop popcorn popper going at the same time. So very noisy lunch to make, but delicious results. I've been cutting for most of the afternoon and I made good progress. I think I'm at about 85 things left that are totally sold out right now, which might sound like a lot, but I have a lot of items in my shop, so that's really not too bad, and especially there are a lot of them that I know either that I'm still working on now that I did on the F mark and I still need to go through, or that I have cut and are in a big pile of stickers that just need their frames taken off of them from the F mark and that Catherine's been working on today. So I probably have like 15 to 20 more at least out of that. So that's really good. Definitely by early next week I should have everything stocked, which is awesome. And now I have book club. It's a virtual book club with some of my friends from grad school. Right now we are reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which highly recommend. It's really good. So I'm gonna go do that and I'll be back. So I'm done with book club and Catherine is left. And so here is the stack of stickers that she went through that like this. Yeah, so with the F mark, you just need to go through and like take the outlines off. And it's a little bit of work to do, but it's not a lot of work. And so I had Catherine doing some other stuff too, but she did a nice stack of stickers, which is great. And now that the inventory is all updated, tomorrow I'm going to show them how to update the inventory. So I'll have her go through and add these. So once she can add these and put them away, that is going to save a lot of time for me. So that is going to be really great. And again, a lot of these in this stack are things that are out of stock now. So tomorrow they will be back in stock, which is awesome. So yeah, so after book club, I did a little bit of designing. Actually, when I go back upstairs, I'll show you something, but I'm working on the September designs. I'm a little behind. It'll all be okay. I'm not where I want to be, but again, I'm working on getting caught up this summer, and I know that I will be, for the next cycle, I should be in much better shape. So I'm working on the September designs so I can really get started cutting those. I've done a little bit, but not as much as I would like to. And then, so now I'm making some dinner. Thursday nights, I go to small group, my church small group, and so it's kind of fend for yourself for dinner. Brian got home and went for a walk, and he'll have some dinner once he gets back. So I'm making dinner, and I'll eat dinner and keep doing some designing, and then I'll go to small group. Before I go upstairs, the other thing I should show you is that while we were closed for inventory, one of the things was getting every single sticker sheet behind its own tab. So I've showed you before the newer stuff I've been releasing, I've done that, but I hadn't with the older stuff. So Catherine and Danielle were really great getting all of these behind their own tabs. So again, next week I'm going to get them started doing orders, and this is going to be a big help. This will help me a lot. It'll be a lot faster when I'm filling orders, but especially for them, since they don't know the inventory kind of as intimately as I do, this makes it a lot easier and really obvious what you need to grab. So we have gone through a ton of tabs, but I am so happy to have the inventory this well organized. So this is what I wanted to show you once I was upstairs. So this is keeping track of the kits that I need to make for every month. And so this is the weekly kits, daily duo, and monthly kits, which with all the formats I'm doing, there's a lot for the monthly kits, and then budget kits are over here. So it's a lot that I'm doing every month, and I think this is why too, like people will ask, oh, will you add something for this planner or for this? And this is a lot that I'm already doing. And when you commit to do something for a weekly or a monthly kit, you're doing it every single month. And I think this is, it looks like a lot. I can definitely handle it. And especially with my new machine, that's partly why I've been slow on this, because I really, what I need to do is get all the weekly kits designed. And actually, I've done more of this first one than I have marked off here. I need to update it. But it's easiest to get them all designed, and then like I can run through all of these sheets at once. And that's going to be pretty fast and efficient. So that's why I need to focus on designing. So next week I can really go to town getting these cut. But yeah, so I keep track of this. So when I print it, when I cut it, and then the number so that I have the inventory to put in once I've made the listings. I am back from my small group now. We met online for most of the pandemic. We've been back meeting in person maybe the last 6 weeks or so. One of the ladies in my small group has a really nice screened-in porch, so even though we're all vaccinated, we've been meeting on the screened-in porch, which feels like a pretty safe option for all of us. So it's really good to see everyone in person. So now I'm back. I'm going to get ready for bed, and then I'll read in bed for a little bit. If you've been watching my plan with me, you know that I've been reading through the Bridgerton books, and right now I'm on Hyacinth's story, and yeah, so I'll read for a little bit, go to bed. So that's it for my day. Thank you so much for following along with me. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. I post behind the scenes, plan with me's, and new release videos.